Good evening, HUD Radio. It's another episode. What the hell are you like? Here's what I love. Wait a minute. Here's what I love. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do it. We're gonna get hype. We're gonna get a big intro, big, loud, exciting intro, and then you got Chuckles McGee over here, just frozen in place. God, you're in a mood. All right. Anyway, what is up, everybody? It is time for another episode of In This Very Ring, right here on HUD Radio. We are live, as always, in our own Real Talk studios, as our friend Lazy Booking Chrome would say. I am the one, the only. I am Ritz. Right over here, we got my man Butters. Butters.
Oh, yeah.
Man, it's been 2 weeks since we've been on the air.
2 long-ass weeks. I am good. I'm good. Little tired, but I am good.
Good. As always, in this very ring and all the shows here at HG Radio, we are brought to you by our doctor, Dr. Paul Vidal at Specialized Physical Therapy, LLC. Check him out on the web at specializedphysicaltherapy.com. Also, his 3 locations at Burlington, Cherry Hill, and Princeton, New Jersey. The winter is here, and it is time to call Michael Ambrose and the guys at Ambuck Services, the gutter and deck experts of South Jersey. 856-879-5530. You tell them that HUD Radio sent you. All right, man, we have a lot to talk about today. We haven't been on the air in 2 weeks. We really, I was on lazy booking while I was on vacation.
How was your vacation, sir?
Oh, man, I did the best staycation money could buy. From Tuesday to Saturday, I was out till 2 a.m. And then I sat in my house. Sunday, I didn't leave. Hell in a Cell Sunday, I didn't leave. It was phenomenal. And then Monday, I just randomly decided, you know what? I'm going to Buc-ee's. I had lunch and I drove to Buc-ee's. I did whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted. It was greatness.
I can't wait for the beginning of December because that's my vacation. Oh, yeah.
For real. But Play QB54 brings us our poll question. Like I said, we got a lot to talk about, but first, the poll. See, I feel like you need music when every time we do the poll. Do. Lights go down, the music plays, and our poll question today is.
Oh, so you want the double Jeopardy going on?
Or like the weakest link kind of thing.
That's what you know what? Actually, I think that's what I was going for was weakest link. I don't know why I said double Jeopardy.
Wait, are we talking game shows? Do we need to have another game show on this on in this very ring?
Too early.
No, not at all. Raw's doing a better job of building Survivor Series. Agree, disagree? Let us know in the comments. We are live on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Periscope. And if you're listening to us in your car, in your headphones, or, just on your Alexa, we're on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, Speaker, and all your other podcast servicing apps.
The Fiend might be listening to it on his Alexa.
All right, I'll give you that one. That one was good. All right. Here we are. Butters, lay it on me, brother. Is Raw doing a better job of building Survivor Series? Agree, disagree? Let me know.
I'd have to say, yeah. I mean, they're building it a lot faster. I will give them that. I mean, Team SmackDown's got, I think 2 more people left to go, while Team Raw's got like 1. Team Raw had it going down, first 2 or 3 people day 1. Mm-hmm. They pretty much announced everything the Monday after Hell in a Cell on Raw, of all things, which, let me talk about that for a second. For the love of freaking God. How in the hell do you shitty build a pay-per-view like Hell in a Cell at the last minute, put all your matches in one egg in one basket on a Sunday? You only announce, 3-4 matches beforehand. That Sunday, you announce the rest of the card. But yet, weeks out, the day after the pay-per-view, there's just no, Hell in a Cell happened, cool, yay, get that out of the hell of the way. And then you announce everything for Survivor Series. Everything. at once. You couldn't have done that for Hell in a Cell? You couldn't built up? Hell no! You announced everything on Raw. You announced the title matches. Champion versus champions. Raw versus SmackDown men's. Raw versus SmackDown women's. But yet, I'm going to announce one match for Hell in a Cell and then announce everything on Sunday. Start announcing your pay-per-view card ahead of time. Do the slow build-up. Do the, a whole... I don't give a damn.
Man, you went right into it. Like you said, screw the poll question. I'm going to come back to it. Let me tell you what's got me mad this week.
Well, it kind of goes with my poll. It kind of goes with the poll question, at least for me in my head. You know how screwed up my head is.
Not touching that comment.
But, back to the poll question at hand. Yes, Raw has done a hell of a better build-up. What's up, Greg? What's up? But, I feel like, yes, Raw is doing the way better build-up. SmackDown's doing the slow thing. They're doing the slow build. They're doing the slow roll. I can't wait for that, last couple people, I want to see what each team stacked up to be, because I feel like Raw is getting stacked, and more stacked. And SmackDown's just, we have people. Right. Let's see what we can do with them.
So before I bounce off of what you said, Matt Milcarrick is chiming in. You're live during an AEW pay-per-view and you're talking Raw. Yes. Let me explain why. Okay? So one, there was no way for me with my work schedule to be able to come home, to order the pay-per-view, watch the pay-per-view properly, and do a live reaction. Too many moving parts, right? Two, for Saturday nights are the only nights where we can do this show. So there are times where, if we were on last week, I probably wouldn't have done the show tonight. Right?
Yeah.
Because of Full Gear being on. But we weren't on last week. I was itching to get on the air.
We weren't on the past 2 weeks.
Right.
Three.
Unfortunately, again, because of the show, because of my work schedule, I always have to watch AEW's pay-per-views the next day in pieces, right? Because I can't go. Let me phrase it. I'm too cheap to go reorder it, so I watch it in pieces. Right? And four, a lot of the groups that we share our show into, a lot of the, pages that we're a part of and the different things like that, we try to stay spoiler free on them, right? So if we came on here and dropped a spoiler, we would be doing those groups a disservice.
Yep.
Right? We would be doing those people that aren't able to watch Full Gear live a disservice. Now, if we were doing a live reaction show, different story, all bets are off, right? But again, we're not doing a live reaction show, so. I'm not saying we're missing a hell of a show. No, and absolutely. I've seen the tweets. I've seen
some of the results myself. It's looking like a hell of a show. I mean, but again.
I'm not an AEW guy at all.
Again, but what you're talking about is true, though. I mean, it's live. We've been gone for 2 weeks. The itch is here. I can't scratch it hard enough. I'm back on the air. You're back on the air.
Well, yeah, and this is the only show you do.
Exactly.
Right? Your schedule doesn't allow you to come on Lazy Booking, or like I was on Real Talk last night, different, stuff like that. But also, right, like I'm not an AEW guy. I've been very clear on this show. I'm not an AEW guy. I don't shy away from it when important stuff happens over there. Like tonight. Tonight's a very important night. There's a lot of stuff that I've already seen that's happened that we will talk about next week, right? Once everybody's had a chance to watch it, we'll see the fallout on Wednesday. We will talk about it next week, right? So, yeah, it's just kind of timing, But, Matt, great question. Thanks for bringing it up, buddy. By the way,
I got that itch, you know, I scratching that itch harder than Otis scratching a ham.
You already made that joke.
No, I did not.
Close enough. Prism saying, "What's up, guys? What's going on, buddy?" And
what's up,
Rich? You did great on the sports show the other day. Don't get so down on yourself. I wasn't down on myself. First of all, thank you. You know, I wasn't down. So last night I was on Real Talk with Tom, Ryan, and Jake. I was on for about 45 minutes, and we were talking Carson Wentz. And thank God I can Google and I can look at stats. And thank God I have paid enough attention to understand stats. It got me through 45 minutes of what could have potentially been very, very bad. And we got Brian Daly chiming in saying, "Gentlemen, what's going on, Mr. Daly?" And Frank Vespi. "Hey, yo. Sorry to bother you at work. Have a great show. I wanted to watch Full Gear, but I got caught up with things tonight." Hey, man, it happens. When you're part of the machine, when you're moving and grooving, stuff happens. So let's jump back into the poll question, because you threw a lot as far as build-up, and you know, we can compare the build-up to Hell in a Cell and other pay-per-views throughout the year to the build-up for Survivor Series, because already right out the gate, it's got a good build-up, a good backstory flowing into it. Survivor Series is one of those shows to where it's only there to progress stories. We see our, you know, champion versus champions and different things like that. But we are gonna see storyline progression in this show. It's what Survivor Series has turned into, and we're gonna save that more for, you know, the next couple of weeks when we do a true Survivor Series breakdown, so to say.
And real quick before anybody asks, because I know somebody's gonna say something on the show.
So
NXT not being on the card. It's been pretty much stated. The reason given is they didn't want too many people at Survivor Series. Between COVID concerns, between...
Just throwing this out there, we talked about it on Lazy Booking. It was the entire premise of the show.
You know what? I half the time I don't have a chance to watch anything these days.
But you can go back and listen to them on Apple Podcast, Speaker, Spotify, and Google Play.
And I wish I could put those podcasts in my ear at work.
Yeah, well, that's a you problem, not a me problem. Anyway,
how many people watching the show watch Lazy Booking?
Prism does, Frank does, Kevin does, Matt does, Daly does, Greg does, Rosca does.
But I'm talking about I'm not talking about those guys. I'm talking about how many of the others that watch the show.
Well, who else is here? Ain't nobody else here but us. Why aren't you talking about them? They're here. Thank you. Anyway, back to my point, because, well, it's my point. Hey, don't make me put you in timeout.
About as pointy as that nose.
What? My nose? Bitch, my nose is not pointy. Anyway, I think that Raw is doing such a better job, because, to your point, right out the gate, we had AJ, Keith, Sheamus, boom. There's your three guys. You know, over on SmackDown, they had Kevin Owens and Jay last week, you know. But Raw's also talked about each individual match. You know, they had not Street Profits, the New Day dressed up as the Street Profits with Asuka, hyping each match. They had all these little nuances that have kind of set Survivor Series up for what it could potentially be. In the same sentence, over on SmackDown, and this is not a shot. This is not a shot at SmackDown, but SmackDown is playing Family Feud, right? A lot of their storylines are based around feuds within a family, involving family.
Yep.
You know, things like that, where over on Raw, it's more, I have beef with you, you have beef with me, we're going to fight, right? I'm
at your throat, you're at my throat, let's get it on.
Right. There are two very separate entities happening here. You know, and here's the other thing. The Raw women's team was decided that night.
I think they're just missing, one person, or they got everybody?
Mandy, Dana, Shayna, Nia,
Oh,
Lana.
that's right, because Lana got the last spot.
Right. So, and Bianca was the only one last week. Ruby's the only one this week. We're still waiting on 3 more people.
I don't understand how you can, on one show, shove, give everybody in one shot, but on the other show, you got to do the slow build, the slow roll. Like, what happened to, here's our teams, I'm going to announce all our teams, and then a week or 2 before Survivor Series, we start beating the shit out of each other. Come to your show, come to my show, bring it on, and then finally go head to head at Survivor Series. Like, what happened there? I feel like we're not going to get that until like the week before Survivor Series.
But we have done we have gotten that a lot. We've gotten a lot where the week before Survivor Series is what I call the invasion beatdown angles, right? And I love a good brawl. Anybody that's ever listened to me talk, if I want to sit down and watch YouTube videos of pro wrestling, the first thing I'm going to go pull up is Undertaker, Brock Lesnar, John Cena on Brock Lesnar, the Raw versus SmackDown brawls towards Survivor Series, your Royal Rumble brawls leading up to it. Like there are a lot of those different brawls that I like because they're a mess. They're fun, JR back ECW, WCW versus WWE the night that Austin came back.
And I feel like during this,
he's walking, he's talking.
I feel like during this Survivor Series, you're going to be a mess.
I'm always a mess.
Oh no. We're talking about the farewell. I feel like you're going to be a mess.
No, you know what though? We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the 30 Days of the Undertaker just a little bit later, right? And don't get me wrong, there is an Undertaker show coming. There is an Undertaker show coming.
Another one?
Yes. If they're doing another farewell, we're doing another Undertaker show. Damn it!
I still feel like you're going to be a sobbing mess.
That's besides the point. But I don't know. I think Raw's just doing a better job right now.
Yeah, no, by far. Unless something picks up on SmackDown this week, I mean, by far, this upcoming week, I feel like Raw is just taking it home. Unless they're doing that on purpose, and maybe SmackDown wins Survivor Series this year. I don't know. But like I said earlier, I agree to it. I give it my full support. Raw is by far doing a whole lot better, even though I like SmackDown better.
And I think SmackDown has, and again, I said it was Family Feud, right? But I think some of that's a little bit more entertaining because as a society, we love train wrecks.
Oh, by far.
Family drama. Why do you think a show like The Real Housewives does so well?
Why do you think I think that's my family right there.
Or like The Bachelor, or what was that show? What do they have? Like fucking wife swap or some shit?
Oh yes, wife swap.
Or the nanny, or like all the, and I don't mean the Fran Drescher nanny. I mean like the super nanny chick or whatever the hell they were.
Oh yeah, setting the bad children straight. Oh yeah.
Yeah, like Beyond Scared Straight, all that stuff, right?
Because at some point somewhere in one of those shows, one of those episodes, you can somehow relate your family to a part of that episode.
Yes. Now, in that same sentence, if you are relating your family to anything that is happening in a WWE ring, please turn off the TV and call a psychiatrist.
I mean, I'm pretty sure there's somebody out there that can relate the Mysterio Aaliyah line somewhere at some point.
What?
I said, I know, I screwed that wording all up. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's somewhere.
No, don't try to save it. Don't try to save it. Just here, wait. From earlier, Kevin says, anyway, moving forward. So I have to ask you, like, I gave my thoughts on Hell in a Cell very, very briefly when we talked about it. No, actually, I never gave my thoughts on Hell in a Cell. I don't think I was on the air after. Yeah, I was. Yeah, I was. I gave my thoughts very briefly because we weren't on the air. What did you think of Hell in a Cell?
I liked it. Don't get me wrong. I really did like it. I'm not gonna, just bash it because they did a piss poor build up to it. I got to give it to them. They actually did a pretty damn good job.
I thought it was one of their better pay-per-views.
Defending, I kind of didn't, I don't know. I really didn't want to see Drew lose the title, but I guess, it is what it is. It builds him back up to win that title again.
Shit happens.
Yes, shit happens. It builds him back up to, get that second run. Because we all know, some people are just meant for that one run, Braun Strowman. But others are meant for those multiple runs.
We got Jake Freoak chiming in from Real Talk saying, "What's up, fellas? I'm definitely going to agree to the poll. What's going on, Jakey?"
What's up? Roman Reigns crying like a little, child. Kind of threw me off.
Drew lost the title at Hell in a Cell. Bro.
Where have you been?
Where you been, homie?
Have you been in a cell?
Crazy.
Yeah, that is a little.
But I brought it up on Lazy Booking, like that segment.
I mean, it showed his acting skills are pretty on par.
Right, and I said that. I was like, you know what? If he just cried on cue, phenomenal, right? But that portion of the match, to me, was too much. It went on for too long, right? They could have done that same thing, shorten it down a little bit, and then we could do that part later or something like that.
The whole Tucky turning heel it really, really set me off.
That pissed me off.
And somebody said it best in the comments, in one of the comment sections somewhere that, Tucky was getting way too close to that briefcase.
Oh yeah.
You could almost see the writing on the wall as he kept, I'm like, don't do it. I swear to God. And it happens. So, I mean, yay, Mrs. Money in the Bank. Yay. I mean,
meh.
I'm glad this whole Sasha Bailey thing is done.
Yeah, especially after Friday night with Carmella.
Yes.
All right, so hold on. Damian Hernandez chiming in saying this Roman Reigns Uso storyline is so stupid. Do me a favor, buddy. Tell me why.
I'm kind of liking it. I mean, Jay's.
Tell me why.
Oh, dear Jesus. Somebody put his ass in timeout.
But seriously, tell me why you think it's stupid, right? I don't agree with you. I enjoy it. It was actually kind of comical last night watching Paul kind of shut down the interview and everybody kind of throwing shade at Jay. Kevin Owens, Kayla. Like, I like that. But no, seriously, tell me why, right? And we'll talk about it. That's what we're here for. We're here to talk about it.
And these are some, and this whole Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso has been some of Jay's better matches. Like, and even afterwards, Jay has had some really phenomenal matches by himself.
Yeah, I mean it's allowed Jay to show the fact that he can stand on his own.
Exactly. So to say it's a. Nah, man. Like he said, give him your thoughts. Tell him why.
Don't make me sing again.
Please, for the love of God. I mean, he could sing, but don't get me wrong. I just don't want to hear some Backstreet Sync Boys or whatever.
It's Backstreet Boys.
Okay. I didn't want to say one or the other. I just figured I'd throw them both in there.
It's nothing new that we haven't seen in WWE. But, all right, but so wait a minute. So you telling me that that's why it's stupid, is because it's nothing new. I'm sorry, Damien, but you're going to run into that. Everything is a version of something else, right?
I was
Your
say
storytelling.
it's pretty much all been done before.
Yeah, I mean, look at Hollywood, right? Look at movies that you watch. Look at TV shows that you watch.
I was fixing to say, look in the past 10 years and tell me how many remakes of movies we've had.
Not even just remakes of movies, though, but like, The Good Doctor is like Grey's Anatomy is like ER, right?
Yeah.
NCIS is like NYPD Blue and Law and Order. Do you know what I mean? Like, I can cross with so many different other things.
Exactly.
But can't. You know what, though? But hold on, and I give respect to Damien, right? That's his opinion. It's.
I mean, and he gave an answer. Most people would just kind of.
Most people would say it's stupid and then move on and wouldn't give us a reason why, or they would just say, "Well, I don't like it." Well, that doesn't answer my question. If it's nothing new, that's okay.
Damien's giving you that full answer. It's not just, oh, it's stupid. It's he tells you exactly why it's stupid. Not just.
And here's what I like about it. While yes, to a very certain degree, Damien's right. It's not. We've seen stuff like this before in WWE. But the way Roman, and I never thought I would actually say these words out loud. But the way that Roman is delivering on this story and the tone and how he doesn't look at Jay or he doesn't look at Paul, he really pulls off this Samoan Godfather mafia mob kind of role.
And then we had, I guess you'd almost call it the blessing from the Wild Samoans at the end of the match.
Exactly. Right? But I like this little Samoan mafia that they're kind of rolling with here. It's got a good turn. And here's the other thing. Like, look at Friday night when Paul interrupts the interview with Jay, brings Jay to Roman's locker room, or suite. I think they're calling it his suite because I think they're putting him in that suite up there.
Yeah.
Right? Brings him over to the suite. And he comes out. Roman talks to Jay. Jay walks away. Roman still staring away. Paul's behind him. Did you know about this? Well, I found out when it was happening. You're supposed to know about this. You're here, so you always know about these things. Go find Adam Pearce. We're taking care of this tonight. And never looks him in the eye.
He's kind of pulling that Brock Lesnar almost.
No, because that's more words than Brock Lesnar said in 15 years.
I said almost.
Nowhere near what Brock Lesnar does. Brock Lesnar wouldn't have even been on camera.
Oh, that's true.
Right? What they're doing with Roman is he's the heel, but they almost have him like this, like I said, the Samoan Godfather.
Now with it being Jimmy and Jay involved, do you see Rikishi getting involved at some point?
I don't know. I don't know how that would look. I don't know if I want that. I would almost want him in a wild Samoan kind of role.
Yeah. It's one of those, does Rikishi come in and say, hey, it is what it is, he is the tribal chief, or do you see Rikishi coming in and going, what the hell are you doing to my boys?
It could be a little bit of both, right? I ultimately think this is the stepping stone to build to The Rock, because let's be real, if you want to talk about the Samoan dynasty in the WWE, there is only one man that sits at the table. There's only at the head of the table. There's only one electrifying man that sits at the table. There is only one trailblazing, eyebrow raising, Joe Brony beating, pie eating, all around smack it down, people's champ, The Rock.
Good promo. All right.
I do pretty well. But it's going to lead to that because Roman keeps running his mouth, saying how he's the tribal chief. He sits at the head of the table. And I think we're going to go through all the Samoans that are alive, kind of give him their blessing. Give him their blessing. And it's going to, eventually he's going to bring up Dwayne. And he's going to call Dwayne out in some way, shape, or form.
Now, could you see Dwayne as a surprise Rumble entrant win it to face Roman?
No.
You just straight up see them just saying, screw it, let's go at it?
Yep. My feeling on that could change later.
Yeah.
But as of right now, I say no. Damien, does Roman really need Paul Heyman, though? I mean, why not have him be heel without a manager? So I don't look at Paul, and I'm going to leave Damien's comment up there for a minute. Sorry, Damien. I clicked the wrong button. I don't see Paul as a manager, though. Right? They don't call him his manager. They don't even call him an advocate. He's a special consultant.
I was going to say, I see him more, like you said, you wouldn't see him as a manager, but I see him more as like a kind of a press manager almost.
He's not even a PR guy. I mean, I don't even see him as that. I essentially see him as somebody that Roman, quote unquote, hired, right, to do the legwork for him. Not a manager, right? Because Roman's still making the decisions and all that, but it's like his right hand.
So kind of a gopher.
It's his patsy, right? Because, Paul could take the fall if need be, right? Paul will fall on the sword if he has to.
Yeah.
So will the Usos once this kind of, fall in line thing is going on. But he's the right, because you never see the Godfather go into the Quickie Mart. You don't see Fat Tony go to the Quickie Mart. Yes, I've been watching a lot of Simpsons. and asking Apu for, the protection money. No, it's always his other guys, his right hand, right? You don't ever see the head honcho go out and do these things, right?
Well, yeah, because if shit goes sideways, oh well, that was him, that wasn't me. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, so there's that play to it. So yeah, Damien, I mean, does he really need him? Probably not. Does it help? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't think it hurts. To Prism's comment, Paul's there to give Roman a rub.
I was going to say, everybody loves Paul. Paul's out there, everybody's watching.
Because here's the other thing that Paul can do. Paul can take a match like Roman Reigns, Randy Orton. Put that match over while still burying Randy. He'll put him over, but also bury him at the same time. And Roman doesn't have to essentially say a word.
No.
Right? Roman's not putting over his matches. He's staying in the lane of, I'm the head of this family. I'm going to protect this family, do what I have to make this family what it needs to be. Let Paul handle the press. Like you said earlier, he's almost like a press secretary.
Mm-hmm.
PR person, human resources, whatever you want to call it, whatever name you want to use. Right?
And that could change from day to day as to whatever Roman needs. Or hell, minute to minute. Roman could be like, you know what, give me a sandwich. You know what, go deal with my press needs. It's
exactly.
You know what, go tell Jimmy to get his ass back in here. Quit interviewing.
Yes. Damien goes, so basically Paul Heyman is Roman's side piece. You can look at it that way. So
I love it, Damien. I love it.
So it wasn't on. You and I talked earlier this week, off the air, Butters.
Yeah.
When they announced the Jeff Hardy Elias guitar on a pole match. Okay.
Oh Lord.
I want to play the clip because we shared it to it was on Lazy Booking. It was right after.
I had to laugh because it was on Lazy Booking, but the way y'all posted it said the boys have in this very ring, and I go,
yeah, no, I'm aware. I'm very well aware.
I was like, wait, no comment.
Let me see. I actually don't know. Hold on. I have to do it a different way here. Let me. Nope, not like that. No, not like that either. Where the hell did he send it to?
He sent it to the backup drive, to the backup drive, to the backup drive.
I mean, essentially, right? Oh, okay. I know where he
Six
sent it.
six files behind the 12th file.
No, I know where he sent it. But no, we were on Lazy Booking, right? And we were talking about, this match, the Jeff Hardy Elias match post Hell in a Cell, and it was literally my favorite thing in the world that we actually said. They'll do a guitar on a pole match. So we're over here predicting the future at ATD Radio, and you want to talk about something stupid. I've never seen something dumber. It didn't need to happen.
I mean, they've had crazier on a pole matches.
That don't make it right. That don't make it right at all.
I mean, we haven't had an object on a pole match in a while.
I don't care.
Hey, once every few years ain't too bad, even if it is dumb.
It's all dumb.
About as dumb as Lana going through a table for a 7th time?
Don't even get me started. Don't you even do it. I'll fight somebody.
I really hope this is leading up to something. I really do.
I hope this is up to Lana whooping a whole lot of ass at this point.
I hope she's the last woman standing at Survivor Series.
Oh, that would be priceless. But she won't even be standing. They'll put her through a table early, and that's how she'll end up winning.
Yeah, no shit.
It'll be something really dumb where that's how they end up winning.
That or her put freaking Nia through a table by accident, or say, screw it, I'm done, would you?
How is she going to put Nia through a table?
You know what? We've seen stupider.
Have we, though?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, no. Yeah.
I had to think for a second, but yeah, we've seen stupider.
You're right. I know. Who was I kidding?
It's WWE.
All right. I'm going to send this to you so that I have it on my computer.
Oh, boy. And, at Hell in a Cell, we got zero build-up other than the fact that they've been feuding with each other. The U.S. title, Bobby Lashley versus Slapjack. Like, I get it. Retribution, feuding with the Hurt Business, but give me some sort of build up.
Clip's not working.
Give me some sort of build up to this whole title match, and then you have what, a title match, the next night, or was it last week, or?
Forklift on a pole match. God bless. But like when you look at Raw, right, and you come off an amazing opening segment,
yeah,
with Morrison, Drew, Alexa Bliss, The Miz, possible cash-in, like all of that. Guitar on a pole match.
Yeehaw!
Piss off.
And the fact that Jeff won it instead of Elias kind of confused me, because I figured it's Elias. He'll grab his guitar, he'll smash, he wins. Why are we putting Jeff Hardy over Elias? Did Elias do something wrong, or is it just a fan thing? I mean,
they hate me.
You act like it's a personal vendetta against just you.
It is.
If you're gonna have a guitar in a pole match, the person playing the guitar should have won.
Exactly.
I mean, did Jeff Jarrett ever have a guitar in a pole matches?
I'm not gonna go try to figure it out.
I was just off the top of your head. If you don't know, then we can move on. Okay. I was
What do
just
you
trying
think
to
about Braun Strowman being added to this team and how they went about it?
Another big man on the team.
Pause. Speaking of Godfathers, it is our Godfather. It is the A2D radio. The A2D radio Godfather. The man himself, ladies and gentlemen, Tom Arnold.
Needs a little work, but that was good.
Yeah, he's not going to tell me it needs a little work.
Oh, come on!
You're not going to tell me that needs a little work. You of all people are not going to say that to me. This is coming from the same guy that tried to pretend to hit himself with a keyboard and actually knocked himself in the head with a keyboard.
Hey, we don't talk about the keyboard incident.
We just did.
I know where you live.
I know where you live.
Shit. No. Hey, he gave you props for that intro, so.
I know he did. But I liked how they did this storyline.
You know, I'm honestly surprised the fifth man isn't going to be Magunda Atuba in AJ Styles' corner.
No, I could see it being Drew.
Yeah. Drew being a leader. I mean, they got to give Drew something to do.
I could see it being Drew. Almost say Drew is a sole survivor, and he uses that to try to get back in the title picture.
I can see it.
Look, this isn't incredibly creepy. Kevin says, I know where Toasty lives. Love you, Kevin. But
creepy,
I like
yes.
But he's probably not wrong.
Oh, probably not.
Because let's think about it. Everybody has a Toasty. What?
Yeah, they're all in the kitchen.
Yes, they are. They better be. If you have a toaster in your bedroom, we're gonna have a different conversation.
That's I have a toaster in the bedroom, but I mean, you know, toasters do get up and walk around. I mean, they're not supposed to, right?
That's a Greg Malakovic move.
No, that's a lazy move.
Ooh, I see what you did there. No, I loved the fact that they all kind of came together and said, you know, if no one wants to fight him and he wants to be on the team, we'll fight him, right? Beat us, you're in.
Yeah.
If you can't beat us, you're out. And then it all kind of falls apart at the end, but AJ's like, what the hell are we going to do?
You know, as we say, them beating each other up over, I'm like, Survivor Series ain't even here and we're already breaking down.
But it's a good thing to happen now. Next week you address it because over on Smackdown they're doing the same thing. Right? You've got
just a lot slower.
Right, you got Jay and Kevin at odds. Nobody likes Baron Corbin. Seth Rollins is going to be there.
That pissed me off.
Oh, we're going to talk about that. So I missed this part, and as I was kind of getting the show ready today, I read it, and I haven't gone back and watched it yet. But they cut to the back after the AJ promo and the Survivor Series stuff and everything like that. And it's Angel Garza. And he's cutting a promo for someone who's watching. While we cannot share each other's company, we can share the same intimate feelings. I know you're out there with those brilliant eyes and that irresistible smile. This rose goes to you. I swear to God, if he's talking to Charlotte, I'll lose my mind. What a shot at Andrade if he starts talking to Charlotte.
What about a build-up for Tessa?
Fuck you. No. You know what? I wasn't trying to drop an F-bomb on this show. But no.
But come on. I can get this, Charlotte, but come on, let's be realistic. Just a little bit realistic here. Just a little bit.
And you want to say Tessa's realistic?
You know what? We've seen crazier. I mean, I seen somebody do a faded picture of that whole scene with Huskus the pig in the background.
A what?
They had the Andrade or not Andrade, Angel holding the rose, right?
Yeah.
But they had like kind of like in the background like Huskus, you know, a shadow of Huskus. You know, it's like he's talking to Huskus the pig.
Oh. I didn't see the picture. I didn't know what the hell you were talking about. No, we already talked about Lana going through her 7th table. Big deal.
But she's a 7-time table champion. I can't.
Nope, not doing it. Ay, caramba. So we want to put people in timeout. Let's put this next person in timeout. Retribution.
I don't understand it. Like it's like they're done. It's like WWE has officially giving up on Retribution.
And I don't understand why.
It was a good thing, and it's like, oh, we got the Hurt Business now, so y'all can just move to the side. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, it could just be the whole, you know, part of the Retribution thing where it's just what Retribution's talking about. You know, they just forget about them, and they're pissed off about it.
It is very possible. You know, they do attack. What's his name? Ricochet. They destroy Tucker.
What?
Right?
I mean, Tucker was already destroyed by Ricochet after getting, you know, pinned in like seconds.
Yeah. Any momentum he had is gone.
How do you turn a guy heel like that and then 2 seconds later, oh, you lose to Ricochet in like 5 seconds, bro. Sorry, man. You're going to be the Marty.
Well, it's a big show.
You're going to be the Marty Jannetty of the group. Yeah, I went there.
100%. But you're 100% right.
I just... you do the big turn. And then it's like, oh, hey, Tucky, here's this cliff. You know, step off of it real quick.
No, it's not even step off. It's, this is bullshit. Poof.
Yeah.
All right, let's... Raw was okay. Raw was okay. It wasn't great.
Yes.
It wasn't bad. You know, but let's go to NXT.
Yes, NXT.
And the big thing that I really want to talk about in NXT, right? I don't want to bring up the Dakota Kai Ember Moon thing because that's still kind of in its infancy, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people were upset that Ember lost, but I think this is going to build to something a little bit bigger.
Win or lose, I still thought it was a good match with two good people in it. It wouldn't have I feel like it wouldn't have mattered who won. One side or the other was going to bitch regardless.
Correct. Absolutely. So,
you know,
but I want to talk about Pat McAfee, Pete Dunne, Birch, and Lorcan. So I had this thought the other day.
Uh-oh. Hope you didn't burn anything down with that thought.
No. I mean, that came later. But let's think about this for a moment. You have Pat McAfee, who can wrestle. You have Pete Dunne, who can wrestle. Danny Burch, who can wrestle. And Oney Lorcan, who can wrestle. And then you have the Undisputed Era.
Oh, I think I see where you're going. It's something about a game, right?
But there's no War Games this year.
Excuse me?
It's not been announced. unless they're going to do War Games on December 6th. If they're going to call that one War Games, right? Let's assume for a minute that it's not going to be War Games. I think it will be, right? I
But
truly think.
as Fix say, this has all the potential of a War Games.
Right. But it also has the potential for something else.
Please do tell.
A Survivor Series match. Taking place from the Performance Center.
Pre-show Performance Center match?
No. On the main card. We cut now live to the Performance Center. Well, no, the Capital City Wrestling, whatever the fuck they're calling that thing. Right?
I can see it. I really can. I was hoping for a War Games on this, but I can still see the Survivor Series thing.
But this is where Undisputed Era potentially splits. We got Damien chiming in saying it's for a WrestleMania. I'm sorry, I don't see this lasting till WrestleMania.
I don't know. We saw Sasha and Bayley lasting for a while.
I don't see this though lasting to WrestleMania.
Oh no, I don't either, because that's what at least 5-6 months away.
Yeah.
If I'm doing my math correct,
There's a first time for everything. But I don't see it going that long.
No, because don't get me wrong, I love long, slow build-ups. I like long, matches, but Bayley Sasha too long. This would be 6 months would be a little too long. I'd say the latest you would have this match would be Rumble, period.
Yeah, if you don't do War Games, if you don't do a Survivor Series, you have to do it here.
Yeah. No doubt about it.
Exactly.
Poor Shotzi. I swear to God, I felt bad for her.
I did too, right? She takes the L, and then Candice destroys her tank because Shotzi ruined her moment.
And all in the background, Toni Storm's face was just like, she's really doing this.
Yeah.
What got me is it's like, you cost me my title. You lost me my title. No, I think Io did that, but yes, don't get me wrong. Shotzi did, interfere, but only to make things fair from the interference.
Right.
You kind of cost yourself the title, Candice, but typical heel gonna blame it on, the other person. I still, it's like you crushed the tank. That right there would have set me off too. I don't blame her,
No, Damien. Don't you bring back that pay-per-view.
All that pay-per-view was good for was Elimination Chamber.
And it was Revolution, not Resolution.
I think 1 year was Resolution and 1 year was Revolution.
Okay, we can look it up.
I think they changed their mind like they do Night of Champions.
Oh, please. Nope, New Year's Revolution. It only lasted for 3 years. 5, 6, and 7.
What? You said hold, please?
Stupid. Let's get to Smackdown.
Smacking it down.
I can't with you. I just can't.
Yeah, you can. Everybody loves me.
I think this is supposed to. It was Final Destination, not Final Destination.
Final Revolution is what you said, I do believe.
Hold on. No, because they had one.
New Year's Revolution.
No, for TNA though, stupid. Shut up.
Oh.
Yeah, they had a pay-per-view. I don't want their weekly pay-per-views. Get out of here. Why don't you come on over?
TNA is Final Resolution.
Is it Final Resolution?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And I actually have one coming up too, I think.
Yes, Final Resolution. So SmackDown starts off with the women's SmackDown women's title match, Sasha Banks versus Bayley. I liked it. And guess what?
Too.
Sasha Banks won! She successfully defended her title. Do you know what that means, everybody? It's the end of the world! Everybody run! Run!
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in, Ritz has officially lost his damn mind.
Can't lose what you never had.
This is true.
Yes. Yes.
This is why I'm so crazy every week.
Yep, grab 2 of each animal and run for the blasted border. The end is nigh, the end is nigh. Run away, the end is nigh.
So you'd be grabbing 2 hams, got it.
Yes, because bacon.
Oh, yeah.
Kevin Dixon wants to know, this might be a dumb question, but is WWE still doing the 2020 Hall of Fame, or will we push back to 2021? When we know, you'll know.
Last I heard, it is so far being pushed to 2021.
I mean, that would make sense. But anyway, Sasha Banks defended her title for the first time in bloody history. Sasha Banks said, ha! No, 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 no.
Why do I feel when that happened that Ritz did a lap around his bedroom or living room because, dear God.
All right, first of all, what's a lap?
I keep forgetting you don't do the exercise.
Neither do you. Second of all, you can't run around this room.
You can run in a tiny circle.
No, because then you just look dumb.
It's still doing a lap.
My roommate would think I'm having a seizure.
Okay, you do a lap in the living room, then, damn it. You can walk it.
But then I would have had to go downstairs to come back upstairs. No.
Okay, you could have done a lap down the stairs, up the stairs, down the stairs, up the stairs. You know, one of the two.
You're asking way too much.
I know. I've been up those stairs and down those stairs, so that is asking way too much.
Way too much. But no, I mean, like, good for Sasha. But here's the problem, right? Sasha defends. She gets her moment in the ring, right? Walks up the ring ramp and whammo! There's Carmella kicking her teeth down her throat.
In that sexy new outfit.
Here's my favorite part. Anytime Carmella was on the screen, who was being talked about, Corey Graves said nothing. Corey Graves said absolutely nothing.
Because I'm pretty sure Vince is telling him, don't say shit about your woman.
But then they cut to Michael Cole and Corey Graves after the commercial. And Michael Cole looks at him and asks him more or less, what do you think, Corey? And he looks at him and he goes, what do you think I think? Of course I love it. and another line was they're talking about the Jey Uso Roman Reigns thing. And he goes, you know, I don't know how I feel about having all my dirty laundry, just broadcasted to the world. He goes, I wouldn't want my dirty laundry broadcasted to the world. I know a little bit something about that or something like that. And I'm like, Corey just throwing the heat.
Oh, he's slathering it on. Wee, wee.
I loved it. Like, I'm sitting there, like, because I was tuning in, but I was like half paying attention at that point. Like, I thought the match was over, and I thought nothing else of it. And I just kind of started doing other things, getting ready for that show I did last night. And hold on 1 second. And I actually saw the cameraman move, and I'm like, oh, something's happening. Let me turn back to this. And there's a super kick. There's Carmella, and Corey says nothing.
Oh, because his ass was probably in awe over his woman super kicking the Smackdown Women's Champion.
And Michael Cole's like, he's talking like, Corey, help, say something. And Corey's saying nothing.
Corey's probably looking, going, I get that tonight.
And I'm like, oh God, this is bad. All right. We already talked about the Jay Uso Roman Reigns thing, so we're not going to bring that back up again. But we might as well talk about it.
Uh-oh.
Da 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 da. Today on Family Feud, we have the Mysterio family. Ray, Dominic, Aaliyah, come on down. And over here we have the Rollins family. Murphy, Seth, come on down. And let's play Family Feud.
A one-sided Family Feud, boys and girls. 3-on-2. Hey.
So Ryan Brodo, host of The Fix, and Real Talk, wants to chime in and say, hello, friends. I wish to inform you that I just saw Frank Vespi's recent Google searches and unfortunately noticed that Mussolini's dead body was one of them. Good day. Frank, if you're here, or Ryan, if you're still here, and if you are still talking to Frank, give him the number to my psychiatrist, please.
Yeah, I mean, who searches up dead bodies?
You've met Frank, right?
I get that, but I wasn't thinking he was the dead body type.
You've met Frank, right?
I thought he was a little less crazy than that. I thought he was, crazy, but not as crazy as dead body crazy.
You've met Frank.
Yes,
right?
I've met Frank.
Frank's here. Ryan's here. Frank looks up dead bodies, and Frank says history nerds.
No history nerd looks up a dead body.
Well, technically they do because they're studying the past and they're all dead.
I'll give you that one.
So, but here's my question. Frank doesn't teach history. Frank's like social studies is, this is the U.S., we live here. Why Mussolini's dead? No, you know what? No, hold on. I am going to I'm going to learn from previous mistakes, and I'm not going to ask. We're just going to go back to Family Feud.
He's not going to ask. Holy shit.
And
there's a shocker.
And here's your host, King Corbin.
I was kind of half expecting Dominic to sub in because Mysterio didn't have his clothes.
Wait, Damien goes, I'm so confused. What the hell's happening? Well, Damien, welcome to In This Very Ring, where the Saturday night show here on HD Radio, where we talk wrestling and by about the hour mark go completely off the rails.
Where anything and everything can happen.
And probably will.
Wow. I've lost my fucking mind. I almost said I am Ritz.
No, you're not.
I was trying to say,
but you can take my debt.
Oh no, thank you. No, thank you. I've got enough.
But here's what I want to know. Right? Let's get back in the car. You have on one side, you have Ray and Dominic, and Ray is so concerned about where his daughter is.
Yeah.
That he tells Dominic, go get my gear. And then he gets attacked by Baron Corbin. But like you're supposed to be getting ready for a match, right? You're supposed to be doing other things, and you're playing this overprotective father role. And WWE kind of alluded to it earlier on their social media pages, where they asked, "Is Ray being an overprotective father?" It's I don't know. It doesn't sit well with me.
Well, it's your typical father not trusting who the daughter's dating.
But
You
almost
know.
like obsessively.
Oh well, yeah, obsessively. But isn't most fathers with a daughter obsessive about who they date?
I don't know.
Yes, they are. I've known. I know a few friends who they're pretty obsessive with who their daughter dates. It's I need a meeting with a shotgun in hand.
Damien goes, "Well, tequila bottle time." Yeah.
If I had a tequila bottle, and you know what? Nope, we don't go down that road. The last time we
No,
went
we
down that
don't.
road, it ended badly.
I hope we still have video.
Oh no, we're not talking about that.
Oh, that's a different night.
Oh no. Yeah, that night was fun. I'm talking about a totally different night that has no video whatsoever. Thank God.
Fair point. But like I am not a fan of of this continuing of Ray losing to Baron Corbin. It would have been nicer if Ray won, especially knowing Seth's on the team. Right?
I
Then,
get it. I get it. They wanted to give I don't know. I felt like it would have been better to have Ray and Seth on the team, have them two implode during the match, and they're down two people, and SmackDown has to try to pick it back up.
well, and that's what I think ultimately is coming, right? But for me, having Murphy come out during the Seth match, right?
Oh, I feel like that's setting up for. I honestly feel like that's just setting up for Murphy to screw over Seth somewhere down the line. For Murphy to go, for Murphy to go. Oh, well, you just let your guard down. Now I'm about to fuck up your world.
Damien goes, "This story reminds me of something." Oh yeah, Stephanie, Triple H, and Vince. Again, Damien, man, like, of course it's going to remind you of something. I was just about to make the allusion to 2006 at Armageddon. When not 2006, it was earlier than that. 2000 Armageddon. Screw it. It was Armageddon, probably 2001, 2002, right? Where Stephanie turned on Vince and sided with Triple H, and the McMahon Helmsley era had begun. Right, one of the most pivotal moments in WWE history. But again, right, it's going to happen. So are you going to tell me the next time a tag team implodes and they split up, we're going to reference it back to the Mega Powers exploding, or the Rockers breaking up, or the Hart Dynasty breaking up?
I mean, everything references something at some point because, as we said earlier, it's all been done before.
Right, and this is to a certain degree not as high profile as Triple H, Stephanie, and Vince. Right?
Well, yeah. Because this isn't the boss's daughter.
Exactly. Do I see Aaliyah turning? Maybe. I can see them playing that role. But I also think this is getting everybody in the business, right?
Yeah.
WWE is a family business.
I feel with, what Murphy was saying to Aaliyah, trust me, I know what I'm doing, tells me that Murphy has a plan to screw over Rollins, but he's just trying to get Rollins in to let his guard down.
Very good possibility. Very good possibility.
But I was still pissed that Otis lost this match.
I was pissed that Otis lost. I was pissed that Ray lost.
I would have at least loved to see Otis. Otis in the Survivor Series men's match would have been hysterical. It would have been a good match. Otis would have been great in this.
Agreed.
You build Otis up the way you've been building him, and it's just like now you're doing nothing with him.
Again, I totally agree. SmackDown wasn't terrible either. We had the Jey Uso Kevin Owens match. It's just furthering Jey being a heel. It's going to kind of put those wedges in between Jey and Kevin Owens on the men's Survivor Series team. So it's good little pieces to advance the storyline.
Yep. I mean, I feel like they're doing the good slow build. We already know how Survivor Series is being built up because, hey, as I said earlier in the show, they announced everything in one fucking night.
I'm okay with that, though.
Yeah, I am too, because it's something they kind of need to do with every pay-per-view. It doesn't have to be everything at one night, but it has to be at least 2 weeks before the pay-per-view, in my opinion.
I like the right afterwards, like those 2 weeks after the pay-per-view.
I at least like to know ahead of time what the full card is instead of waiting to the last freaking second.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. So, Butters.
Oh, boy.
It's November 7th. We are in the 30 days of The Undertaker.
I thought, sorry, my mind went somewhere else when you said it's November 7th. I thought we were talking it's almost Turkey Day soon. Sorry,
that's coming up too.
Sorry, the fat man in me just got a little ahead of myself.
That's okay.
Because, Thanksgiving's, that's my holiday, man. That's my
National Be a Fat Guy Day.
The only thing I get pissed off at is, I'm already hearing fucking Christmas tunes on the radio.
Yeah. No.
We get past Thanksgiving, cool. I'll listen to them all day long. But no, back to the 30 days of the dead man. Such goodness.
Hold on. All right, I'm back. Sorry, it said my microphone was unplugged.
But no, 30 days of the dead man. I'm loving this. We're getting the farewell, the final farewell at Survivor Series. 30 long years.
And here's what I like. Every day there's new stuff added to the network. Nothing really big, right?
Yeah.
But new Undertaker stuff added for you to go back and watch. New collections to be added. On the 25th, they had the Phenom and the Legend Killer, the WWE Untold. If you haven't gone and watched that, all the Untolds are great. Like if you have the network and you can sit down and watch the Untolds, you have to do it. The Rey Mysterio, Eddie Guerrero Royal Rumble one, I'm not ashamed to admit it, had me bawling.
I mean, they even put up Maven Undertaker Royal Rumble spot moment. I mean, probably one of the greatest Rumble moments.
Meeting Mark Calloway was last week. It talks about when the first time certain people got to meet The Undertaker. I haven't watched that one yet, so I'm actually really excited for that. It's a true pull back the curtain, and it's these meetings in these people's own words.
See, and I'm loving that it took basically saying took 30 years to finally meet the man behind the character.
But that's good though.
Exactly. He 30 years in that character mode and never really once breaking it. Just it's crazy to think about it.
100% agree. 100%. And then tomorrow, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna fuck it up. I know I am. Hold on, I gotta take this off so I can actually hear myself. No, I want to, but I don't want to because it's gonna be really bad.
Do it now.
Oh yes. You get the story of Paul Bear, the mortician, tomorrow, dropping on the WWE Network. And Paul's kind of somebody that he's such an unsung hero of The Undertaker.
Oh, yes, by far.
Right? Like when you talk to wrestling fans and, your diehards don't know who Paul was. Your some of your casuals might. They'll always remember that guy that was with The Undertaker, but they never knew his name.
But he's
Paul,
really what helped The Undertaker truly stand out. His other manager, what was it? Brother Love.
His first manager
really didn't make The Undertaker, completely stand out. It's like once you got with the Paul Bearer, it was like, just two of the right things connecting. Your apple met the pie, and it's just like, here's the omnoms, take it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Paul was the right fit for that character. Brother Love was not.
Yeah.
Paul,
because it's hard to see an overly tan guy with a dead guy next to him. Come on now.
Not even that, right? Paul was able to take the story of what they wanted The Undertaker to be, the lore of The Undertaker, and expand on it to all the talk. Paul was the original Paul Heyman, if you really think about it.
Yeah.
And then he was able to build Kane. He was able to build the story of Kane before Kane even came on the TV. And without Paul, a lot of Kane wouldn't be who he is. Undertaker wouldn't be who he is.
No.
You wouldn't have a lot of what we have now. So to be able now,
who's to say without Paul that we would have gotten Undertaker as long as we did?
Oh, I agree. 100% agree.
Without Paul, like you were basically saying, we might have not ever got Kane.
Again, agree. And it's nice to be able to pull back the curtain now. It's a shame that he's not alive to
see it all.
To kind of do like an autobiography of it.
Yeah.
But I feel, obviously, Undertaker's going to be very, very prevalent in this, I would have to assume.
Oh, I would hope so.
And I want to see if we get some raw emotion from Undertaker, listening to him talk about essentially a man that shaped his career and his life, And then we go from one man that shaped his career to another. Next week, we get the Brothers of Destruction. It premiered at the Austin Film Festival back on October 29th. And it's going to talk about how it's going to be Taker and Kane sitting down for a very candid discussion about their careers and how they've been intertwined ever since, to being rivals, to being tag partners, to the Brothers of Destruction, and the bond that they have together. And that's another one I'm super excited for. We got a lot of people chiming in. Let's hit the comments real fast before we keep going. Kevin Dixon saying, my former coworker got a gift from a friend. It was an Undertaker pop because he's a huge Undertaker fan. That's awesome. Damien saying WWE would be with nothing without both of them, referring to Paul Bearer and The Undertaker. Jim Cornette's props for training Glenn Jacob and Smoky Mountain Wrestling. I'm sure that's going to get brought up if they let them mention Jim Cornette's name.
Right?
Without Paul, there's no Brothers of Destruction. We wouldn't have had Mankind without Paul Bearer, says Damien. And, not training himself, but having him trained under his company. No, we understand what you're saying, Prism. It's just Jim Cornette's got so much heat on him. I don't know if they're going to let him say Jim Cornette's name.
I was going to say, I think his name's on that list that came out, last week or the week before or so, of names that are not allowed on the air. They have a backstage list of names. And
that's not who's allowed on the Thunderdome.
Oh, I thought that was also a list of names that couldn't even be said.
I don't think so. And then we get another Broken Skull session on Sunday, November 22nd. That'll be right after Survivor Series, with The Undertaker. So
is that a new Broken Skull session? Or
yeah,
is it the old
one?
Second
round. It's the second round of it.
Awesome.
So they're going to do another episode of that. One thing I want to bring up is I don't know if they're going to put it on here, and where it falls in the play at. So there's and this is not necessarily a spoiler because it's hit a lot of the news avenues right now. but there's a bit on AEW's Full Gear, okay, where Big Swole is being shown backstage, and she's talking to somebody, I forget who it is, and the camera pans out, and guess who's standing next to Big Swole? Her husband, Cedric Alexander.
Ooh, yes.
So I'll be very interested to see if there's any blowback.
No, I think from what I heard, one of TNA's announcers was actually on the show too.
Yeah. Oh my God. Hold on. Hold on. Jim Ross, I think, shared it.
So they might actually have a working thing going on with TNA right now.
Cedric Alexander's in WWE though.
Wait, is Cedric? Who am I thinking of?
He's in the goddamn Hurt Business.
That's right. I don't think Cedric's going to get any blowback because look at Britt's boyfriend, Adam Cole.
Yeah, but Adam's never been on the air. Britt's been on the air.
Excuse me, Adam Cole's never been what again?
On the air with Britt.
Oh, I thought you were talking to me that never been on the air for WWE or something. My mind is.
No, you're stupid.
I don't think there's going to be any blowback for that. That's husband and wife. WWE lets them do, and that.
And I don't think there will be either, but it'll be interesting to see if there potentially is. Don Callis.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, Don Callis.
For some reason, I'm thinking of TNA's current Impact champion.
Rich Swann, no.
Yeah. I don't know why I thought. I forgot he's married to Sue Young. That's right.
So, you know what? So hold on. So tomorrow is the mortician thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say it now. Make sure you watch the mortician because I really liked our conversation that we had about Paul Bear.
Mm-hmm.
And it does look like the comment section really liked it too. We're going to focus a lot of next week's episode on Paul Bear.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think next week's episode is going to be very Paul Bear heavy. So guys, make sure you watch. Make sure you guys watch the Mortician, which is going to drop on the WWE Network tomorrow before next week's In This Very Ring.
I'll make sure to like it a lot.
I tried to get in touch with the Universal Predictions champion, Bill Neese. I couldn't find his profile on Facebook. I couldn't figure out which one was his. I reached out in all my groups. Nobody responded back. So Bill's the champion. We wanted to have him on the air tonight, but so if Bill, if you're watching, if you guys know who Bill Neese is,
we need to try to. I don't know.
You and I'll talk about that off the air.
Yeah.
But if you guys know who Bill Neese is, tell him to reach out to us. He can reach out to us on In This Very Ring show page, my personal page, Butters' personal page. Reach out, get in touch with us. We'd love to have him on. We can talk a little wrestling with him. He's earned that right to do so. Like I said, next week we're going to talk about the Mortician. And I think every week we're going to talk about some of this Undertaker stuff they're dropping since they're doing, 30 Days of The Undertaker. It'll all lead up to our Undertaker show, part of our Survivor Series preview.
30 days of Ritz' ultimate favorite wrestler.
And he really is. Which is crazy because I was scared shitless of him when I first started watching wrestling.
Well, what kid wasn't?
Because that was the Ministry of Darkness era. I was scared to death of that man.
What kid wasn't?
But you know what's crazier? You know what's crazy? And especially, like, as I got older, I was more scared of Kane.
Really?
Yeah, like I actually, and I think I'm gonna tell you something off the air. There's a story off the air for it that I'm never gonna share on the air, but we'll talk about that off the air. But I think we're gonna do some of this Undertaker stuff.
Sounds good to me.
Because it's the first time that we did it for the last ride. It's the first time that we're getting to pull back the curtain on the dead man. So Screw it. Let's do it, But,
I
oh,
mean,
man.
it's going to be, it's 30 days of great content. Like you said, if you don't got the network, get it. Find a friend who's got it. Somebody watch this stuff. You'd be surprised at how good a lot of these, shows really are that they do
Like,
on the network.
I spend some Sundays just binging WWE shows.
Yeah, exactly.
When I'm home, I spend the Sunday just binging.
Because you can't just watch one show and go, all right, I'm done. Because as soon as you watch the first one, you kind of get hooked into the next one.
Yeah, it kind of amps you up for it.
And then the next one, and then the next one. It's kind of like, when I get the chance to watch Clone Wars every once in a while. I want to do one more episode, but I can't. I got to go to bed.
Absolutely. All right, guys. We're going to get out of here, okay? We will have Full Gear results next week. We'll talk about it. I don't know if they're doing a lazy booking this week. Chrome's and Disney again.
Again?
So, yeah, again. So
Lucky bastard.
We may just be doing Full Gear results next week before we dive into the Paul Bear stuff.
Hey, sounds good to me. Hey, I tell you what, though. At least the AEW fans will, they'll be happy that, for once.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna talk about it. So, here's the breakdown, guys. Pay attention to this program. You know what? Screw it. We're gonna put it on the screen. We're gonna put it on the screen. Boom! Right there, guys. Every Sunday, 8 p.m. Agree to disagree. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, hell no. Hell no, Damien.
All right, so we'll have to find some time. I have to watch season 7. Here, hold on. Let me pull this out for a minute. I have to watch season 7. I have to watch season 7 of the Clone Wars. I still haven't sat down and watched it yet. I've been putting it off just because, but now the Mandalorian's back. I'm probably watch it because I'm kind of Star Wars addicted right now. But we'll talk some Clone Wars. We'll talk some Mandalorian. We are still the nerd. We are still the nerds here. So,
oh yeah.
Maybe we'll see if Chucks wants to jump in and talk a little too. But every Sunday night, 8 p.m., Agree to Disagree. Sport Town, 7:30 every Monday. Lazy Booking, 6 p.m. every Tuesday. And then following up, the ladies, A2D After Dark, 8:30 every Tuesday. Card Knocks, brand new show here on A2D Radio, talking about baseball cards.
It says Card Knocks, and I'm thinking it says Card Knockers for some reason.
Not going to talk about that.
I don't. My brain is just not there today.
Anyway, Card Knocks. I've actually heard what they're going to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be really cool. It's going to be a big baseball card, football card, sports cards.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely something to tune into. That is for sure. The Fix and AM in the PM, 9 p.m. every Wednesday. Birds of a Feather, 8 p.m. every Thursday, and 10 o'clock every Thursday, Hockey Happy Hour. By the way, all these times are Eastern Standard Times. Every Friday, 7 p.m. is Pass the Remote. Another new show coming here, AGD Radio. Real Talk's going to be at 9 on Friday nights. That's Jake and Ryan. Kicking It Stateside, 10:30 every Saturday morning. Weekly Roundup, 4 p.m. every Saturday afternoon. And then your boys are back. Your boys are back every Saturday night, 10 o'clock in the evening.
Wrapping up the week with the greatest show on.
In this very ring comes to you live. Guys, for Butters, for I'm Ritz, check out all the new stuff we have going on here at AGD Radio. Make sure you're sharing, subscribing. Big shout out to Dr. Paul Vidal at Specialized Physical Therapy, LLC. You check him out on the web at specializedphysicaltherapy.com. He's got 3 locations: Burlington, Cherry Hill, Princeton, New Jersey. and Michael Ambrose and the guys over at Ambuck Services, the gutter and deck restoration experts of South Jersey, 856-879-5530. And then, where else can you get some of this beautiful swag? In this very ring, HD Radio, the hat, all the fall collection, guys. Oh!
I might be gearing up for some fall collection myself later on.
Man, they've got some cool stuff over there. I was showing somebody at work today the stuff, and I realized, oh my God, I gotta go shopping. The holidays are coming up, and what better way to show someone you care than to get them their favorite A2D show shirt? Get them a blanket, get them some shorts, get them a cup. Guys, I can't stress enough the cool stuff they have over there.
Tons of cool stuff. I want to buy it all, but I can't. I'm broke.
So, the takeover is real. The revolution is here. Get the swag, flood the market. We taking over because Prism says it right here. A2D Radio is growing like crazy, and there's no better place to be. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we will see you next week right here live on A2D Radio for another episode of In This Very Ring. Thank you all. Make sure you tell somebody you love them. Peace.
Woo!